Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite makes the process of becoming a published, best-selling author as simple as sipping your morning cup of coffee. You can learn more about Authors Unite at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, I have Bryan Eisenberg with us. He is the co-founder of Buyer Legends. He's also the co-author of the Wall Street Journal, Amazon, Business Week, and New York Times best-selling books Call to Action, Waiting for Your Cat to Bark, Always Be Testing, Buyer Legends, and Be Like Amazon. So welcome to the show, man.
I'm excited to be here.
Excited to have you on. Excited for your answer on this first one. The first question I have for you, Bryan, is what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
Wow, there are a lot of them. I've certainly been written off. If you would have asked any of my teachers when I was growing up, I don't think any of them would have ever told you that I'd be an author, let alone a best-selling author. So, never discount yourself. Never think that you can't do something if you set yourself out to do it.
And what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Curiosity. I think if you really boil down everything we've ever done and everything from even how we hired people to how we built our practice, how, we wrote our books, how I helped coach my son's baseball. I mean, on and on and on. It always comes down to curiosity. And I think it's a skill that a lot of us lose as younger kids because, the schools kind of beat it out of us. But just remain curious, remain a constant learner, and a lot of good things will happen to you.
Yeah, I agree. And that might lead into the next one. The next one is what's your best piece of overall business advice? So not necessarily industry specific. So if you have some more to add there, feel free.
I think this is the same as my my motto, my quote for life. I actually wear it as one of those bands around my wrist, which is be better today than you were yesterday, right? We always trying to grow, always try to find some way that you can improve yourself. And for me, it doesn't matter whether that was, helping businesses improve their, customer experience and online conversion rate. It doesn't matter. Like I said, if I'm trying to help my son, throw a 75-mile-per-hour fastball by the time he's 13 or hit 400-foot home runs. Or the fact that, I've lost over 100 pounds 10 years ago and kept most of that weight off. It's still the same philosophy and same thinking behind it, which is be better today than you were yesterday.
And if you could give the younger Bryan, your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Oh, learn to balance life a little bit better. I probably wouldn't have needed to lose those 100 pounds if I would have just managed to balance life a little bit more. We got so focused on building the business and building the agency, and kudos to, my wife and my family who put up with my crazy hours. But at the end of the day, I wish, like I do now, I just have a better balance around life. I take time to go to the gym. I take time to prepare healthy foods. Work is going to be there tomorrow. And, while we constantly hear, all these stories about people who wake up at crazy hours and will work all hours of life, at night, it'll burn you out. You are not performing at your best. I don't care what anyone is trying to convince you otherwise. Find the balance. Find the way to constantly recharge. The magic is in the recharge.
And that could lead in pretty well with our next one. So in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
It's exactly that. I think you're right. It led in perfectly, which is you've got to find balance. You've got to find a reason why you want to do and accomplish the things you want to do. And for me, it's my kids. I certainly heard it from my parents growing up. But now that I have my three kids, I've got a 17-year-old daughter, 13-year-old son, and an 8-year-old son. And everything I do is about how I can leave a lasting legacy for them and help them be on that course to improving their lives every day and being those constant life learners. So, if you put the energy on things that, that you're proud of and that, you feel that matter to you in the long run, you'll be happy. You just got to be satisfied with your part of it.
And this next one, I'm really excited for your answer because I know you're co-author of many books. So what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
Wow, there have been so many. I don't know if I can name a best book. Two of them come to mind right away. One of them is Chip and Dan Heath's Curse of Knowledge, and I think that one is how hard it is to read the label when you're inside the bottle. You definitely need to have people who can give you outside perspectives. And to go along with that, my mentor and one of my best friends and my co-author in Be Like Amazon, Roy Williams, likes to say the price of clarity is the risk of insult. And so find the person who's willing to be clear with you and tell you things the way they really are as opposed to how you want to hear them. And yes, you may be insulted by some of that, but that clarity that you get in the long term would add a lot of value to you so you're not stuck inside that bottle.
Yeah, I really like that, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. And maybe that's kind of like a quote. So what's your favorite quote and why?
I wear it around my wrist, like I told you earlier. It's be better today than you were yesterday. It's all about the little things we do. It's like occasionally you'll have something brilliant and a big idea that you're acting on, but the way you actually achieve success is those small incremental steps that you have to take every single day to get there. No one's an overnight success. There are lots of little pieces that happen in between, and so as long as you can stay focused on you're working to get better, you're working to improve things. You're on the right trajectory, and I think that's really all that we can ask for. It's like you're not going to get to the top of the mountain, just by wishing on it. You got to take the first step and fight with the little pebble, and take the next step, and maybe roll your ankle a little bit. But along the way, you'll see some great views, and you'll feel accomplished. And when you get to the top, that's when it feels really awesome.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on. The last question I have for you before we let you go is, where is the best place for people to find and connect with you online?
I'm pretty much available just about everywhere. Obviously, my website's biolegends.com and bryaneisenberg.com, but also, on my Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. Not hard to find.
Perfect, man. Thanks again for jumping on.
It was a pleasure.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.